we are losing our minds here in Dallas. Can you help us try and figure out what is going on within the Mavericks organization right now?
Well, do you want me to help you figure it out, or you want me to calm people down?
Probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both? Okay. You need some soothing, calming messages and voices. Okay, I got it. So one really important thing happened today. Well, two things, right? Obviously, the Rick Carlisle news is really big. But I thought the beginning part of the day where Luka Doncic gives a press conference in Slovenia, puts his name on it, okay? There's no anonymous sources. There's no, venting or Luka is frustrated or nope. Put his name on it, said exactly what he felt. I thought that was a really big thing, okay? And I'll tell you why. Yeah, he's a little disappointed, right? He said so himself, right? He's going to miss Donnie. There's a lot of history with him, a lot of trust in him. But when you have a problem with a superstar like Luka Doncic, that cover the whole league. We see these problems all the time with young superstars. You have a problem when the young superstar doesn't say it on the record, right? Leak a bunch of stories, and they're grumbling to everybody, and they're trying to make people, exert pressure through the media. I was wondering how this was going to resolve with Luka and Carlisle, because Carlisle's an institution there. I think that relationship was salvageable. I don't think it was on the rocks. I don't think he has to leave because of Luka. I think it was a combination of, there's a little friction there. It's more personality based than anything, but I don't think that was anything he was going to flex on, right? I don't think he was going to push Rick out or anything like that. And I was wondering how that was going to resolve, right? And it resolved with Rick saying, okay, I'm out, and Luka didn't have to do anything. And I don't think he needed to. But I think Rick kind of took his ball and went home because Donnie's gone, right? And that's his guy. And so if you're going to go into a season on the hot seat, which everybody kind of understands, that just haven't been out of the first round of the playoffs in 10 years, and you have a generational type player, you want to feel like you've got the backing of the highest levels of the organization. That's hard to walk into another year, especially when you're a coach as respected and as well-liked as Rick Carlisle is around the league. It's kind of hard to put yourself out there in that kind of seat when your guy is gone. I mean, the guy you won a championship with, the guy that you've been your whole career in Dallas with. I mean, so I understood why it happened. I was still surprised. I mean, it's still Rick's an institution. But I don't know. That could have been a lot messier, to be honest, than it actually turned out.
Senior ESPN writer and NBA insider Ramona Shelburne with us here in the Nosebleed Seats. So, Ramona, how surprised do you think Mark Cuban was to find out that Carlisle was bailing today? And at what point do you think that Cuban found out today, or is this something that maybe the decision was made a day or two ago and gets announced today?
Well, the Donnie firing, okay, and this whole mutual agreement, Donnie was fired, okay, that happened on Sunday. So it's between Sunday and now. And always when stuff resolves, there's been a sense of, okay, what's going on with Rick and Dallas. Like, that's been out there for months, right? But I don't think any of us really thought that would happen. And it's just a credit to Luka and his personality. Like, he's just not that guy. He's not a passive-aggressive guy who's going to flex on an organization like that. Like, Luka just wants to win. I didn't realize I think I knew how good he was, but, until you see him in person, when I saw him live in that Clippers series, I was like, oh, wow. Like, he is a next-generation player. He really is that good. Like, when LeBron called him Luka Magic, remember that when he drafted him on his All-Star team? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, that is a hell of an endorsement right there. And he really is that good. Like, he's that. And so I think the next part of whatever this stretch is for the Mavs is just build a roster around him that's gonna work. And I was listening to my buddy Tim McMahon and Zach Lowe. They were talking about the Mavs today on the Low Post, and I thought Zach made a great point. It's not just the role players, the guys. They've actually done a pretty good job filling out the roster. It's just the 2, 3, 4 guys. They just haven't been the right fits next to him. Hardaway's great, but maybe you're asking a little too much of him to be the 2. I mean, he's probably better than 3 or 4. That puts a lot of pressure on KT. In the regular season, that worked. They found a way to make that work. Would you agree, watching that every night, that's not necessarily the best use of Porzingis, and maybe Porzingis hasn't lived up to what he should be doing either? So there's kind of blame on both sides. But I think watching Luka, just because I cover LeBron in LA all the time, I live here in Los Angeles. So I'm always watching the Lakers and the Clippers. I think you got to surround Luka with the same way you surround LeBron. You just get a bunch of shooters around him. Let him penetrate. Let him get a bunch of wings around him. He's always going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to be really good with shooters around him because they create space. And then finish. But you don't, the reason why that LeBron-Anthony Davis pairing works so well is because, like, Anthony Davis is a great number 4 man. He's not a great 5. But Anthony can finish in traffic. He's got great low posts. I think that's what the Mavs were going for with KP. But it's just a different setup. KP doesn't have the same guard skills that Anthony Davis does, right? Anthony Davis can run an offense himself too. And that's why that pairing works. So you have to kind of visualize what is the best surrounding cast for LeBron, what is the best surrounding cast for Luka. I think they're pretty similar.
Right.